Welcome back to our channel today. We're diving into a topic close to our hearts, the most important animals in the world. From the tiniest pollinators to the mighty apex predators, these creatures play vital roles in shaping our planet's ecosystems. The first animal is the pangolins. The pangolins are essential in the ecosystems, mainly because they keep their insect populations in check. The insects can be destructive and pose a substantial threat to crops, trees, and other plant species. Since the populations need to be controlled, pangolins perform the noble task of controlling their numbers and, thereby, being beneficial for plant life that is so crucial for the ecosystem. Also, ants and termites can be carriers of some diseases that infest plants, including animals as well. In consuming these insects, pangolins help to limit the transmission of diseases, though they are not known to transmit diseases themselves. The present study can also conclude that pangolins are useful as bioindicators of the health of the ecosystems they inhabit. The next animal is the frogs. Frogs have many uses in the ecosystem. They serve as bioindicators, food sources for different animals, and even control insects that are vectors of diseases. Firstly, they consume a high number of insects such as mosquitoes, flies, and all other pests. For the food chain, they are the target of many different animals. This makes them a vital bridge between lower and higher trophic levels. Lately, their life cycle includes the development of larval stages that occur in water and post-metamorphic stages that occur on land, hence qualified to be bioindicator. Frog rarity is a sign of trouble in the ponds, the water in which may be contaminated, the spaces in which flooded may be destroyed, or the temperatures of which may be altered due to change in climate. The next animal is the whale. Whales are key contributors to the support and sustenance of the global aquatic community. Some benefits for the ecosystems include transporting nutrients from deeper waters to the surface through fecal pellets and providing food and shelter for certain species of fish. This process is sometimes called the whale pump and assists in the stimulation of growth of materials called phytoplanktons, which are microscopic plants found in sea. They also have carbon stock, which is further held in whales' bodies. When those animals pass away, the calcium carbonate, which is the main component of their shells, falls to the bottom of the sea and stays there. This phenomenon, known as whale fall, is an important process that not only removes carbon from the atmosphere but also creates a food for supporting deep-sea life. The next animal is the ant. Ants serve important functions within the framework of the natural environment. Borrowing from ants, these create extensive networks of tunnels. This enhances the water entry to and the root penetration on the plants through the soil furrows. Ants also play a role of decomposers since they gather organic materials, for instance, leaves, insects, as well as other materials which decompose. Their waste is usually advantageous to the soil as it supplies some valuable nutrients. In relation to other organisms, ants alter their environment in a manner that forms structures where other species can thrive. For instance, their nests can be homes for small animals that can feed on them. In the end, their role in the food web plays an ultra-important role for the vast population of species. The next animal is the sharks. Sharks are vital in the preservation of the ocean's balance. Sharks are considered as apex predators since they are on the top in the food chains. They aid in regulating the population of various sea organisms. It also makes certain that no species reach a point of overpopulation. Through this path, sharks feed on the sick and the weak. Such selective predation assists in inhibiting the spreading of disease and in making a more suitable genetic pool. Also, in numerous studies, sharks are active participants in carbon cycling in the deep sea. Attracting tiny fish and other reef dwellers, sharks maintain the number of organisms which consume phytoplankton in check. Phytoplankton function to extract a large portion of the atmospheric CO2, thus having an important role in the carbon cycle. The next animal is the worm. Earthworms are very beneficial in the sustenance of the health and productive capability of soil. Their digestion leads to earthworm castings containing nutrients for plants. These minerals increase microbic load within the soil, thereby increasing nutrient cycling and decomposition. Earthworms also digest dead plant materials, and thus, they are able to speed up decomposition. The decomposition process also plays a part in the formation of humus, whereby the organic material is recycled and forms a stable organic matter that enhances the soil. They also play in on reducing the use of chemical fertilizers. The use of natural soil fertility translates to less use of chemicals that can harm the environment. The next animal is the bat. Bats are essential to nature. It is evident that they have incredible importance in maintaining healthy ecosystems and contributing to several areas in nature. Bats are natural eaters for pests. The bats fly at night to feed on insects that are destructive to crops that cause the spreading of diseases. For instance, a bat can consume hundreds to thousands of insects within a period of one night, and this may consist of mosquitoes, moths, and other pests that are destructive to crops. They also substantially contribute to the pollination of various types of plants. Some of the bats, such as the lesser long-nosed bat and the Mexican long-tongued bat, are pollinators. They also play a role in pollination as they move around and help in the pollination of other plants. The next animal is the fungi. Fungi are very vital in the ecosystem and in the support of many activities among humans. The fungi plays an important role as a decomposer since they feed on dead organic matter. In doing so, they cycle nutrients back into the ground, thus enriching the soil and making them suitable for use by other living organisms. This process is essential in retaining soil health and fertility. They also have a symbiotic relationship, which include the connections of the fungal hyphae to the roots of plants. These relationships make the transportation of water and nutrients to the plants to be enhanced, while at the same time supplying the fungi with carbohydrates from the plants through the process of photosynthesis. This mutualism is beneficial to many species of plants and an important aspect of their growth. The next animal is the phytoplankton. Phytoplanktons play a significant role in the oxygen cycle since they fix carbon dioxide using energy from the sun to produce oxygen. Cooperating together, they take the responsibility for providing approximately half of Earth's oxygen. Having established that phytoplankton are primary producers, it becomes apparent that they are the basis or the ground upon which the rest of the aquatic food chain rests. It should be noted that phytoplankton can be considered the primary keystone species of marine organisms, and it is vital for keeping the overall ecosystem diversity. Phytoplankton form a large group of microorganisms which, depending on the environmental conditions, could support several forms of life in the marine habitats. The last animal is the bee. The bee serves as an indispensable part of the ecosystem in a number of ways. They are one of the most important insects that play the role of pollinators. They carry pollen from the male flowering part to the female flowering part and thus help in the reproductive process of flowering plants. This process is paramount in the development of fruits, nuts, and seeds in numerous plant species that are considered important in food production. As seen, pollination of these plants is primarily done by bees, and suffering a lack of these pollinators means a severe reduction in the replanting capability and consequently food production and incidences of biodiversity. Bees also have some monetary implications, ranging in the billions of dollars every year across different global countries. And that wraps up our exploration of the most important animals in the world. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more exciting wildlife content. Until next time, stay curious and keep exploring the wild wonders of our planet. Bye for now.